Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome,
It's 2024.
everyone. Yes.
We made it to a new year. So
Well,
welcome to welcome to the first
2024
episode.
kickoff.
Yes. So exciting. Another year of Bead Maker and Coffee. And look who we have on with us, right? Bob
The
and Dave
amazing
Phillips. Good
Dave
morning,
and
guys.
Bob Phillips.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Bob just fell asleep.
He's focusing on something.
I guess.
All right. Well, we are so excited to be here. And Tony, do you have anything for us before we like dive into everything?
I mean, not a whole lot. Just, hey, Happy New Year, everybody. It's going to be exciting in lots of different ways. We've got lots of comments already pouring in, lots of good mornings. So, we'll let you guys kind of do any good morning housekeeping that we have, and I'll roll through some of these good mornings and stuff. But we have a lot of good questions that have come in from all over the internet. So I'm sure everyone is anxious for us to get to those as soon as we're ready. But how about you guys?
Good.
Everyone have a good Christmas and New Year's and all that? I know we've been away for 3 weeks.
It has been 3 weeks. Yeah, crazy, right? I feel like, what is it, like January 8th? And I feel like I've lived a whole year so far already in the last 8 days. How about you and Bob, Dave? How about you guys? Been up to anything?
Nothing going on over here, PNS.
Yeah.
Right?
Right? It's been a year already, but a good year.
We closed for, between the holidays, and we come back and it's all the same.
Yep. Poof.
It was funny.
I
I muted myself there for a second. You guys had no idea, but there was another screen on that had this music going. And I thought it was part of the restream. I'm like, I can't hear you guys. All I can hear is the music, right? I'm like, what's going on? So I had to mute myself and figure it out. But anyway, it's all good.
Too funny.
Yeah. Well, let's start. Yeah.
Well, welcome. We're so excited to have you guys here. So do you want to tell us what's up at PNS? What's new this year? What's exciting for 2024?
It's interesting because the official press release was not supposed to go out till Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right.
But I started calling our distribution partners on Thursday, and then by Friday morning, it was out. So that was kind of an interesting, I think we knew that was going to happen. So we were prepared, behind the scenes, we were prepared. But, it's big news for PNS, really exciting news, something Dave and I have been working on, or Team PNS has been working on since, January of 2023. So that makes it, really exciting. So, big news for PNS, right?
I think maybe just in case there's people on the podcast that don't know, you probably should say what we're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know why, Sydney, you're frozen on my screen, right? You got this beautiful smile, but you're not even moving, right?
I'm moving in person.
I know you are, but it's weird. I'm like, are you there? Anyway, PNS joined the Appearance Technology Group, and we were officially merged on, that was Wednesday, January 3rd at, I think it was about 7 a.m. was kind of when the official process actually happened. But, like I said, we've been working on that since January of last year. And, we're just excited about, kind of the next vision for PNS, right? I mean, it's an exciting time.
Yeah. So, yes, it was very exciting to kind of get to follow up with that on Friday. It was a little, not really, like you said, not really a shock. We expected it to come, but it was kind of fun. I mean, I think, I would say 99% of the reaction from the industry was really great and positive. I think that there's been a few questions that I'm sure will come up today, but I'm going to go ahead and ask you guys a couple now because I'm sure that these are probably the most common questions that are going to come up. But so number one, we've joined forces with this larger team. And so what can, from a distributor standpoint and from our customer standpoint, so our detailers, what can they expect to see change with PNS?
Sid, I got to be honest, just more of PNS, right? I mean, the good news is the team's entirely intact. You know, and these things kind of happen. People always think like, well, PNS was in financial trouble, or, there must be something going on with the Phillips brothers. And none of that is the case. This was something that Dave and I actually started looking at 3 years ago. PNS has grown so much over the last 5 years, and really the last 2 to 3 years. And, we're looking for fantastic partners to help us keep that trajectory going. And so if you're a distributor, just continue to be a great distributor. And if you're a customer, just continue to be a great customer. Because, Dave and Bob and our whole manufacturing team, and Rennie, Sydney, and Keith and Tony, we're all still here, right? So it's more of the same, and I would think, what's great is we're going to see a lot of improvements. I mean, that's kind of the, there's always things that companies can improve upon, and so, the outward facing brand, of PNS is really strong and it's doing great. And, we do a great job internally, but, we're just excited about having partners that take, a different look at our business and help us move it forward.
Okay. And then the number 2 most asked question, and Dave, you can probably help with this one, is what about the products and the formulas is going to change?
Oh yeah. Nothing. Right. If anything, we can, I have access to 2 really talented chemists besides myself now. Not that I'm the talent, but I have access to, more resources than I had before. So I fully intend to leverage those. But my philosophy and our philosophy has always been that, that we just want a high quality product. So when I run into change or an opportunity to make a difference in a product, it's always towards just making it better. We've been, traditionally a professional quality product for our entire span of our existence. And, we depend on repeat customers. We depend on our products doing what they say they're going to do. And that's not going to change at all.
Awesome. I think that's, probably the 2 most important things for people to hear, right? Is that no one's leaving, right? That the brand's not going to change. The name's not going to change. The products aren't going to change. And then really it's to enable growth, right? It's to enable growth and efficiency, and it's all really exciting. So, I know I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be awesome. So congratulations, you guys. That's really, that's a huge thing for you guys. And I think that I'm sure a lot of people know, but I don't know if they know how big it is. Obviously those of us internally that get to work with you every day know, just the future and all of that. And so, good job. I'm excited for you guys.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think, during this, looking at the opportunity, to work with MPE and Appearance Technology Group, and then to have brands like 3D and High Tech and RBL as part of the family. One of the things that we looked at was, how's it going to fit? And so, that was really great. The fact that we, got started this process in January, and then there were multiple meetings before we even got to the, the financial side and how that whole puzzle fits together. There were so many meetings on, how we're going to manage the brands, how we're going to move this forward, and we had, Dave and I had certain boxes that, we wanted to have checked. And so one was our team, our customers, our distribution partners, all the things that we value, we got all those boxes checked. And so, I know people think change is, can be fearful, but, we're just excited about the team for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm sure more questions will come up, but, we're all very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Yeah.
All right. So real quick, let's get into the part before we start answering questions. And you guys can, ad lib it however you'd like, but this is the part of the show that we talk about what's the favorite product that you used last week. So we'll have Tony answer this too. So for me, I'll go quickly. For me, it's Mudbuster, just because it's winter here in Idaho. I know you guys all live in California, so you probably don't echo this, but we have all sorts of sand and snow and ice and who knows what, salt, brine situation all over the road. And so everyone's cars are coated in this gritty, salty, sandy mixture that is so gross. And so I have been soaking down every single car underneath in the wheel wells, everything with Mudbuster, and I love it. So that's my favorite product of the week is Mudbuster in the Idaho. All right, who wants to go next?
Oh, we lost Bob.
Oh, you lost Bob?
Did you just kick Bob out?
Kicked him out.
I'll go next.
No. Anyway, I left so I could see you live, Sydney. It was so annoying to see. I mean, your beautiful face was just like,
oh my gosh, just
I'm
frozen.
like, I want to see you moving.
Oh
so now I get to see you moving. So
okay, perfect.
Yeah. Sorry, thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, Tony kicked me out.
That's so funny. I was like, wow.
I hold the keys.
Who wants to go next?
So of course, the product I seem to be using the most these days is Absolute. So I use Absolute to keep my car clean over the holidays. But then I also pulled out the holiday version of Defender.
Oh yeah,
that was really fun.
I have not broken into mine yet.
I know it's kind of hard,
I know.
Package, but I just had to get out there and check out the different stuff. So those were the ones that I ended up using over the week.
That's fun. I'll have to break mine out and just do a couple sprays.
I know. I've had the fortunate ability to be able to make more.
Yeah. That's so funny.
People unfortunately don't have that opportunity.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I decided if I ever use mine, I'll come to you, back like, please, sir, may I have some more? Refill my bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, well, truth be told, Dave and I were taking inventory yesterday. We still have a few extra bottles sitting around.
Oh.
Awesome.
So I was thinking what I would do is I'd get them to Ian so he could, pass them out, for web sales, free samples in the box,
nice.
Right? Yeah, it's kind of a nice added value, right? And well, of course, we'll keep some for the team, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
could use an extra one so that I could use one and, I like to keep one of everything.
Same. And not feel
like that
bad.
blue bead maker. I still have my blue bead maker bottle, but
yeah,
we'll probably have it up there forever.
She rolled her eyes pretty hard right there. Well,
that was not our best effort.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that it was bad. I just, at that point in my world, in Sydney's world, I just didn't like that the smell of Bead Maker got changed or the color. It wasn't that there was anything wrong with it. I just didn't like it.
I didn't like that it started out this great blue, but over time it kind of turned into this muted, kind of muddy looking blue, and the pot, quite frankly, looked ugly at the end.
Yeah. And I didn't love the smell either. It does smell like a bomb pop, but I wouldn't say that I'd want to sit and smell a bomb pop. But that's me.
Yeah.
That's me. Yeah. How about you, Tony?
Well, so I actually used a new product to me and a newer product to us, or at least a rebranded product. I used the new and improved Radiance for the first time this last week on a coated car that didn't really need like a coating maintenance. But I'm like, I got this stuff here. I want to try it. I need to smell the great grape smell. And so I foamed it on through a foam cannon and in a bucket on the car. And it was what a nice experience that was. The coating is so fresh and happy. It's on my personal car that I only coated like 2 months ago or 3 months ago. So it practically was beating the soap right off the car. But even then it was still slick. I was able to wash it. The car was filthy. And then when I'm done and I've rinsed it all off, I'm like, what a nice experience rinsing it. And I actually got the leaf blower out to dry the car for once, which I don't usually do. I was telling my group chat of detailer friends, I actually did a soap and water wash today, boys, like outside. This is weird. It's usually Absolute in the shop, but today it was like this. It was a little warmer. The sun was out, and it was actually a really nice experience. So I'll probably be doing that a few more times whenever I have a warm day.
Yeah, Tony, I'm curious to find out who's your detail group chat guys, right? I mean, this is like the inner circle of Mazzell.
It is. I even vouched for someone to get added recently and they just ignored me. So it's like, you've got to really be in the know to know the detail group chat.
Right.
I don't even know who it is. I think I know some of them. I think I know some of them because I hear some of the same stories, but
yeah.
Like
every now and then I send you screenshots from our elusive chat, which I probably am not supposed to do either. But anyway, I'll dip out. I'll let you guys jump in and
cool.
take on from here, and I'll see if I can find some questions. Everybody get your questions in for Bob and Dave.
All right.
So.
Awesome. Very good. So usually I try to look and see who on the Bead Maker Lounge is leaving the questions when they just say Facebook user, but it's not working. So we're just going to have to guess who is saying it. So good morning, whoever you are.
Right.
So let's take that opportunity real quick to say, if you guys are watching inside the Bead Maker Lounge, when it takes you into, if you go into Restream and register, then it will show your name. So if you register on Restream, then Bead Maker Lounge recognizes you and it'll put your name up. So if you have a chance to do that, it's super helpful for us.
So Sydney, can I share my product?
Yeah. Oh gosh, how did we miss you?
I know you stepped all over me here.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to 4.
So, after during the holiday, right? There's lots of hiking, there's lots of stuff going on. So what happens when your shoes get dirty, right?
Yeah.
So maybe an outside the box use. But Brake Buster is the best shoe cleaner on the planet. Yes. So this weekend, I went down to the downstairs closet and I used Brake Buster to clean a bunch of shoes. So I didn't have time to do any detailing this weekend, but I did clean some shoes with Brake Buster. Yeah.
Yes. I love cleaning shoes with Brake Buster as well. Yep. Definitely. That's a good one. I like that. Sometimes I'll use Express, but I think Brake Buster just does such a great job on the rubber, and I don't know. I like it.
No, there's something unique about it. I mean, I can even take aggressive GP cleaners like Hot Shot or something like that. It does not clean the shoes like Brake Buster for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. It does great. So dope. Congratulations.
Facebook user.
Yep.
Yeah.
Too funny. Joey. All right. You guys rock. How did you get Vanilla Ice on the show?
Oh yeah. Vanilla Ice is looking a little tired. I can tell you that, boy. Yeah.
maybe you can have like a little side gig.
Yeah.
Doing those cameos, whatever those are.
Exactly. Maybe
Good
build
morning,
a couple houses on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
That doesn't seem stressful.
Isn't that what he's doing now? He's kind of a contractor, right?
Yeah, like house flipping.
Yeah.
All right, we've got John. Good morning, all, and Happy New Year. I have plenty of Bead Maker and Dream Maker, but I would like to support JTC. Will you offer empty 32-ounce Clean Maker bottles for us to purchase?
The answer is yes. We just haven't actually put them in inventory as of yet. Yeah, we have the concept bottle design is done. I'm just how to do the gauge and dilution ratio on the side. So we will have that probably in the next, 30 to 40 days. We'll definitely have a Clean Maker spray bottle. Yeah. And John, I would still encourage you to get one of the pints as well, though, just because the pints are kind of nice to keep as like the memento bottle. Like I have all of our special edition bottles. So you could still get a pint and then just refill it with the Bead Maker and Dream Maker that you already have. But yes, we'll try to get on the 32. It was interesting though. I saw some comments over the holidays that people were trying to buy Clean Maker pints off our website, and they said they were out of stock. But I checked with Ian; they haven't been out of stock. So we still have plenty of inventory to feed the Clean Maker.
Yeah, I ordered some the other day.
Yeah,
I didn't have an issue with
there.
it.
Yeah,
cool, awesome. All right, Anthony Brown Jr. Good morning, family.
Hey, I also saw on social media that Anthony Brown is going to be up in Northern California during our next training.
Yes.
And he said he's going to come by. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah.
Yes, I saw that. That'll be awesome. And we will miss him at MTE. I did check with him the other day, and he is too busy in his shop. So he won't be making MTE. So hopefully he'll have time to stop by PNS for sure.
Yeah, but that's a great thing. If you're a detailer and you're too busy in your shop, you can't make it. That's a good sign, right?
Yeah. Yep. Good morning, Josh Pierce. Josh Pierce had a full house this weekend for training. So cool.
And how about Josh? His PR yesterday. Yeah, so good. Thank you, Josh.
So
man.
Good.
You're the best.
All right, Fast Eddie. Heard the recent announcement. As long as I continue to have access to the PNS product line, I'll be good. PNS Detail Products has enabled me to take my business to a whole different level of service and quality. Just don't be like some companies that.
So the rest of it says, I got cut off. It was a long one.
Restream only allows for a certain number of words.
So it just says, don't be like some companies that buy it and completely screw them up.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the reputation, but I have a really strong sense that's not going to happen here.
Yeah, because we know from our side that they were excited about who PNS is, right? Like that's what they wanted. They wanted that vibe, like let's just call it a vibe. And so I don't think their intentions are to screw that up. So
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
we all feel pretty comfortable in that.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, Ron, hello to everyone else. He must be talking to the everybody watching. Aloha all. That must be from Kelly. She is back in Hawaii now.
Yeah, she's
She was in Idaho for a long time. Yeah.
She's up early.
Yeah. Yes. Hans, Dave, is there a way to change the pH of a product by diluting it with water or another chemical to make the product less aggressive?
Well, I guess it depends on the product you're talking about. But generally speaking, unless you're talking about alkalinity, diluting the product isn't going to really make it less aggressive. Okay, so let's just start with the groups that are available. I have to kind of like put this into context. So if you're talking about a degreaser that's corrosive, anytime you have any free hydroxide left, which is what the corrosive sticker basically means, it doesn't really matter too much if you just cut that in half or cut it in a quarter or whatever. You still have the free hydroxide. That free hydroxide is still available to basically cause havoc in some of the, on sensitive surfaces. So diluting that will probably not make a difference in its possibility of causing damage. Something that's really strong on the other side of the pH scale, wheel acids, strong wheel acids. Again, no, probably not. Diluting them down, you just can't dilute them down far enough unless you're talking about, hundreds and thousands to one.
And to clarify, Dave, you're talking about diluting them down with water.
They're talking about diluting them down with water. Yes. Yeah. So now when you're dealing with something with a little bit more moderate pH, I don't think you're going to, if the product's designed right in the first place, you can change the pH, but the dilution itself is just going to make the product less aggressive. And I don't think the reason it's going to be less aggressive is necessarily that you've reduced or increased the pH slightly. So there are a bunch of other materials in cleaning products, the surfactants, the wetting agents, the coupling agents, all sorts of builders and that sort of stuff. You're going to be, when you're diluting the product down, you're going to be diluting all of those down at the same time. And changing the pH is probably going to be the main thing that causes the product to be less aggressive.
Plus, Dave, he mentions other chemicals. We really don't want to suggest putting other chemicals in. Yeah, right. Not a good idea. Yeah. Blending chemicals is not what we recommend, especially in the case of when you're, taking say an acidic product and a basic product. You can get strong reactions from those, depending on the products that you're putting together, and it can be dangerous. So, I would not. And then, a lot of times, products with an acidic pH and versus an alkaline pH, those products are built completely differently. A lot of the materials in there are going to neutralize each other. They're going to neutralize the pH, and you're just going to end up with, not a good idea. Yeah. We'll let Keith do that in his garage.
All right, Gabriel. Dave, what are your thoughts on Triple S as a clay lube and as drying aid?
Yeah. Really nice. Really nice. Works great.
Yeah. I love it as a drying aid. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, the deal with Triple S, the slip, slide, and shine. Is that what?
I think so.
Forget a little bit. I'm one of those wrong. Yeah. I mean, the product is designed to be a very versatile product. So it has, even in its name, three different purposes. So yeah. What is it?
Yes.
Slip, slide, shine.
Yeah,
Good
I got it right. Good.
That's awesome. All right. First from Puerto Rico. Good thing about PNS is not making some products with different variations. You know what I mean? And that they really work. That has been the key. Yes, for sure.
Definitely.
All right. Facebook user, congrats, Bob and Dave.
Thank you.
I really, and I know a lot of people say congrats, Bob and Dave, and I appreciate that. It's congratulations to our whole team, everybody. It's going to be, I'm so excited about, just the brand and what we're doing with it. And it's just going to be a great time. So.
Yep. All right, Gabriel, how can you know if a product is positive or negative charge, and is paint prep negative?
Oh, interesting. So, quite frankly, just taking a liquid and for somebody to try and figure out whether it has a positive charge or a negative charge is pretty darn difficult to do. Even when I'm looking at somebody else's product that I don't know, I don't do this too often anymore. It seemed like I used to do it maybe about like 15 years ago or so. I'd be like, what, what is this? Sometimes you can try to mix it with another known. So if you wanted to if you're thinking it's going to have a positive charge, mix it with something has a negative charge and see if they cloud up or they coagulate. But that's not even very definitive at all. So it's pretty hard to figure that out. As a matter of fact, a lot of chemicals have both. Zwitterions ions or amphoteric materials that can have both charges even on the same molecule. There are anionic materials that are compatible that won't react with each other and create some interesting and positive effects on a cleaning product. So paint prep, is it positive or negative? I can tell you that generally ours are either neutral or slightly positive. We don't have one that's a negatively charged paint prep.
Cool. And I wonder if he means from the standpoint of like, because everyone's worried about dust. So will it attract dust or not? So I would say that probably paint prep does not attract dust, right? I mean, a lot of times that's why we're using it, is to leave behind a perfectly clean surface. That's what I'm thinking where he's leading with that is how would you know what products may or may not attract dust back to the surface? And I would say paint prep, right, doesn't. I mean,
that is correct. But
yeah.
When you look at a list of anti-static agents, interestingly enough, there are both positive and negatively charged anti-static agents in there. Every time it depends on the surface and the conditions of what you're trying to so you can like I said, you can find negatively charged anti-static agents and positively charged anti-static agents, and they work differently depending on the environment that they're used.
Yeah, and that totally makes sense because, that's why I like to use paint prep with an FTW, because the towel combined with the product helps it not be, like attract dust or lint or whatever. And if I were to use paint prep with like a really fluffy towel, like an Eagle or something, it kind of adds to that, where then all of a sudden it seems like little particles and especially the lint from the towel sticks to the surface. So I can totally see where they can be both, and it just depends on the environment, what you're putting it on it and what you're putting it with, right? For me, the towel always can change a product and how it reacts for sure. So
for sure, remember you have a huge amount of surface area on those microfiber towels. Depending on together the nape and all that sort of stuff, they've got their own charge scenario going on.
Yep. Jamie the cleaner in the house. Good morning, Jamie. All right, Joey Belinsky. I am getting ready to head to the Bay Area this morning, but I'm bummed I'm not visiting PNS this time. Darn it.
Yeah.
We had fun with Joey there. Did you guys see that Joey was announced as a Grand Ambassador for TRC for this quarter?
I did see that, and then I also saw his Radiance video.
Radiance video, yeah, it was great.
It looked totally cool. That clear bottle he had when he put the liquid in there, that was pretty cool looking.
Yep. Yeah. So cool. All right. This is from a Facebook user. What is the change going to look like from manufacturing and distribution? Will everything stay in Hayward? By the way, congrats, Phillips brothers.
Yeah, I don't think we can answer all of that as of yet. I think the majority of the manufacturing is going to stay in Hayward, but as people know, we're not manufacturing all our products in Hayward right now. So, there's some variables, but I don't think we could really officially answer that correctly as of yet. Too early. Yeah.
But the Hayward, but PNS and Hayward's not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
for sure. But everything else, I can't answer that yet.
Yeah. Perfect. Steve Phelps. I just got Mudbuster and red soap to pre-wash for the same reason in upstate New York. Very good choices. Good choices. I have the red soap as well, but I still have yet to try it. I think it's just because I, like Tony, don't really wash outside. So I always forget about it. Josh Pierce, love you guys and congratulations on this exciting opportunity.
Thank you, Josh.
Awesome. Joey, a few extra bottles. He must be talking about
the
Clean Maker,
Defender, the Clean Maker. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Oh, he probably is. Actually, he probably is talking about the Holiday
Defender. Yeah.
Gabriel, one more question for Dave. How much are you limited in creating new product by the price of ingredients? That's a good question.
Yeah, I think it is kind of interesting. I mean, generally speaking, I don't look at the price of the ingredients before I start. As a matter of fact, when you get samples, that's not the first thing that is generally sent out. It's the product, it's the uniqueness of the material, it's all the things that it brings to the table. And if I'm worried about it, I will glance at it and go like, oh, I can't bring that. I mean, I can't sell a product for that price, So I will sometimes stop at that point if I don't think there's going to be a market for something like that. But for the most part, I don't look at the price at all. And I am totally motivated by kind of uniqueness and what it does for the product. And then, a lot of times, in our industry, the vendors and stuff, I mean, they're very interested in selling their material. A lot of times they have recommendations that are a lot higher than they actually need to be because they're interested in selling a lot of product. So you try them out at sometimes what their suggested rate is, and then you go, well, that's too expensive. Let's see if it's going to keep doing its job at a price, something that we can, afford to sell to people. And then if it doesn't, then it doesn't make it to market, unfortunately. There are those materials out there, but as far as for whether I want to try a product out and whether I want to see how it works, the price makes almost no difference at all to me. I want to see what's available.
Yeah, from the marketing side though too, sometimes Dave will come with a product and then I'll go, well, how much does it cost? And then I'll say, oh, well, that may be a little expensive. And then Dave goes, all right, well, let me open my cabinet of tricks and see if I can find some alternative raw materials to plug and play and keep performance on the product. So it's kind of a multifaceted, but I don't think Dave's never actually made a product and looked at the price. I can tell you that. A lot of times you don't even know the price when you're blending up samples.
Yeah. All right. My comments are kind of working. So I know this is from Jessica Rook. So I've got my Holiday Edition Defender next to my SVG Bead Maker. Very cool. All right. Anna says, good morning from a super rainy Tacoma. I have heard that the Seattle area is just getting rain as per usual, right?
Yeah, it looked like it was.
Yeah, Luke Berge. I still have 2 gallons of blue Bead Maker.
It is.
You know what? I heard a rumor about Luke Berge that he ordered an entire case of Clean Maker, and I think UPS or whoever messed up the white label on the box that says Clean Maker. And he's upset about that. So we need to figure out how to print one more box label and ship that to Luke Fergie. He's very brokenhearted about it. Like the shipping
He's
label.
devastated.
He is.
You know, I can confirm that he ordered 12.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so we need to, since his name is coming up, it just came to mind, we need to get him a new box label. He's very upset about it.
Yes. Maybe when I'm up at training.
Send him a new box label.
Yeah.
He just wants the white one that goes on the side of the case. That's all he wants.
So funny. I'll get with Ian later and see if we can get him one.
We have plenty of box labels at PNS. I think we can solve that problem, right?
Cool. Yeah.
I did tell him, I'm like, look, I don't have a lot of powers to abuse around here, but I can probably do that. I can probably sneak in there and find a box label.
Tony, you're overstepping you're overstepping.
Hey,
come on.
Tony, that comes with the training on how to print labels out of the printer, though. So you
go.
Well, see, I am old enough I could figure it out, but I don't think Tony knows how to operate Windows 98. I'm gonna guess.
No, I was a 98 guy.
You forget my first
label printer now.
Hey,
no, I've seen the label printer. I love the label printer.
If Dave could have made it an Apple product, he would have. But
no, I love the label printer. And actually, yesterday, funny story. So I posted that video of Rennie packing the box yesterday. And we got some comments, people on the internet.
Totally old school. I'm like,
yeah, totally old school. And then somebody else said, get a digital scale. And all I could think was how I say this all the time. Like, I like the way we do things, right? Like, I wanted to be like defensive and be like, who needs a digital scale?
It's funny you mentioned that, Sydney, because I don't know if you've been here when Ian's packing up like 200 boxes. So, they have digital scales that are integrated into ShipStation. So you do it and it prints out the label automatically. I don't know if you guys ever seen how Ian does it. He processes all the boxes and then he prints all the labels. So it's actually 10 times faster than doing it the other way. Yeah,
no, it's so impressive. And that's what I saw that and I was like, we don't. I know the way we do it. Yeah, I just kind of laughed, like whatever.
Well, since I interrupted and jumped in here, I do have a few questions for our the moments of internet uncertainty segment, which we have a few probably Dave focused questions here. But this one is from Certified Kids Detailing. He asks, can you mix Terminator and Carpet Bomber together in a spray ball?
No. I mean,
no.
Thank you, Dave.
We're just going to go with no recommending products. But had that been an option, we probably would have done it in the product to start with. So we do not. The enzymes that are in Terminator, they're a little on the sensitive side. You have to set them up to do their job correctly, and if you mess with that too much, you just deactivate them completely. And then they won't do their job anymore. So Terminator is specifically designed to emphasize and optimize the reaction of the ability of the enzymes to do their job. So no, I would not recommend mixing products again in general, but specifically not those.
Definitely not those two.
All right, I've got another one that says, does Iron Buster contain a corrosion inhibitor?
Yes, it does. That being said, I remember, I think I saw this question not too long ago, and so I'd given it some thought at the time. Iron Buster is designed to remove the iron on surfaces anyway. So, and that's what, generally speaking, you're trying to inhibit the corrosion from causing a problem. But I mean, for instance, like, you spray it on a brake rotor, it's all got a ton of iron in it anyway. You're not going to remove from the rotor, but it does tend to reduce corrosion, so you don't get flash rust, that sort of thing on the rotor after you've pressure washed the product off. So yes, it does have corrosion inhibitors in it. They're not like permanent; you haven't coated the surface, but they do react for that long while the product's being used.
Okay, awesome. And then the last one we've got here is, what percentage of SiO2 is in Defender?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Always a fun question. It's kind of a formula thing. We're not passing out formulas, I think is basically what I'm gonna say. But it does have SiO2. The SiO2 in it, has a molecular process that it goes through. So it's very efficient, right? It migrates to the surface. It does its cross-linking. It does its bonding, and then the extra is wiped away anyway. So the amount of SiO2 in a product, especially in the case where you're doing all this wiping, really has almost no effect because look what you're doing. You're wiping a whole bunch of it away anyway. So you could have 100% SiO2, but you're wiping 99% away. Doesn't really matter.
Right. It's really more about what's attaching, right?
From the sales side, though, we have more than everybody else.
100% of how much we put in there is how much there is. It's
That's
100%.
right, baby.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get out of here.
Perfect. Thanks, Tony.
I'm trying.
All right.
I'm trying to figure out, where did Tony get that PNS sign back there? That was from a great show.
Oh, wait. I think Randy gave it to him.
Are you asking about my big PNS sign?
Yeah.
Yes.
Last trade show.
It's
at SEMA, and I was outside holding it, saying, "Ask me about my PNS."
Oh, yes, yes. It was on the front of the desk. Yes.
That's right. Okay, I'm like, man, where did he get that?
That's so funny. Now I remember the video.
Oh, I definitely remember the moment. That cracked me up so much.
Okay, so Luke Berge, the one that's upset about the label, I'll get with Ian on this. You got to hook a brother up with the Holiday Defender.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's too funny. I got you, Luke. All right, Superado. Tony, I saw your reply to my question about Cockpit on Facebook. Thank you. Have you ever used it on nav screens? I saw this too. So I don't think that we ever recommend using the interior cleaners on nav screens. Now, do we have them on our rag and brush across the nav screens, and does it cause a problem? No. But would I spray it on the nav screen? No. So you're fine to, brush across it, but dry it. Just don't leave it sitting on the surface. And then also, it's worth noting, there's lots of different types of nav screens out there, right? So there's not a blanket answer for this. Mine in my car is glass, no problem. But those ones like in those older Audis that were kind of that, like, what was that material? It was in BMWs and older Audis. It's like a true screen feeling, right?
Yeah,
and those ones can become discolored really fast. So
yeah, they have that plasticky thing, and they're kind of a pressure sensitive thing. Yeah,
I think all the new ones though,
the new ones are totally fine. So, just be careful.
You got to remember, people get crap on their hands. They get on their nav screen. So but spray it on the towel and then wipe the nav screen. Don't.
Yeah, and just don't leave the cleaner sitting on it. Right.
Yeah.
If I do, I wipe across it and then I dry it right away. I just don't let that. I don't let any chemical dry on the screen.
Keeping in mind also, electronics don't usually like a lot of moisture.
Right.
So, and we want to make sure that, hey, you said it was fine, so I just soaked the screen with this stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Destroys your so you want to make sure that recommending that.
For sure. All right, Bonnie, can you use Brake Buster on white soled shoes?
Yes. That's the whole point.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep.
I was noticing there's a lot of questions about cleaning shoes.
Yeah, there is.
Right. Yeah. I have I'm sure you do, Sid. I have a definite technique. I got a whole kit set up, right?
Yep. Yeah, my whole family, they all use the Brake Buster. They've all got their certain brushes, and we all have a whole system. For sure. All right, Rick Walling says, I use Brake Buster to clean my new plastic motocross chest protector. It works great. This is Rick Walling from Ultimate Auto Detail. Love this stuff. Congratulations to all of you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, Rick.
I saw Rick ask a question. He said, is anything going to change for storefronts with the change? Absolutely not, Rick. Nothing's going to change. Storefronts are storefronts. Great customers, right? Yeah.
Yep. Perfect. All right, Hans, how can I get 2 Clean Maker bottles for me and Gabriel?
Well, it just so happens we have a shipment here. So I think I may be able to put a case of Clean Maker on that shipment. So
cool. Awesome. Alex, good morning, you beautiful bunch. Good morning, Alex.
I think Sydney's looking more beautiful than Dave and I. I'm speaking for myself anyway.
Oh no, we all look the same. All right, Anthony Brown Jr. I saw this. I tried to find Clean Maker on the portal to order for my storefront, but I can't find it. That's where the problem is.
Yeah, not
Not on the
available.
portal.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, Anthony, this
Yeah.
is Clean Maker's only available on our website. So it's not available for storefronts. So nobody else has it besides just the PNS website. So that's why you can't find it on the portal. Yes, but we can talk about this. Can we talk about the free ride pad lineup?
You know, Sid, I haven't actually sent out the bulk email to tell everybody about the free ride pads, but that's fine. I mean, our distribution partners know all about them. And so Anthony's one of those guys, but yeah, we can talk about the new free ride pad lineup for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's coming up?
Yeah. So what's coming up? So, you know, one of the things that's happened, you got this, you know, historic company like PNS, and we just get like too many buffing pads, right? And no direction. So we're launching a new line of buffing pads called the PNS Free Ride Buffing Pads. And they're going to be available in 6-inch, 5-inch, and 3-inch in all the colors of foam. And they're primarily, you know, dual action, forced action pads, all in the foam format. So they'll be, you know, blue, yellow, burgundy, gray, and what's the other color?
White?
No white.
No white.
Burgundy. You said burgundy, yellow, blue, black.
Black, yeah, black. The gray foam, yeah.
And
so
orange.
Orange. Thank you, Tony.
That's what it is. Orange.
Yeah. There's 5 colors. Yeah. So we'll get that announcement officially out today or tomorrow.
Cool.
But yeah,
cool.
Sure. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Luke Berge, when y'all are using Breakbuster to clean your shoes, are you just wiping the product off? No rinsing needed?
Oh, so I know my technique, Sid. I have, you know, my brush, like you do, spray it on. And the whole idea is, you know, you don't want to throw shoes in the washer, right?
Right.
So this is kind of like that intermediate step where you spray the outside, scrub with a brush, and I come back with a microfiber towel dampened with water, and I wipe off the mud, and then I'll come back with a dry towel and I dry them.
Yep, that's exactly what I do. I just wipe the Breakbuster off. I don't worry about, you know, I'm not like thinking to myself, what if I'm leaving a little bit on the surface? I don't really care. But that's exactly what I do. I come back with, you know, I might rinse the soles if they're muddy and they're, you know, like thick. I might rinse those lightly. But otherwise, I just come back with a damp towel, wipe the whole shoe down, and it's totally good.
Yeah. Yeah. I tend to go to the sink and, you know, I scrape the sink and then, you know, I have, you know, a nozzle, like try not to get the whole shoe wet, but seems Bennett. But I think I want to do the damp microfiber towel. It sounds like a better way.
Yeah, I like it. All right. Also, since we just talked about this, and the next question's about shoes too, I do have certain shoes that I do have to throw in the washer, like, you know, the ones with all the netting, you know, like all my, you know, my Nikes and stuff, and those I will still pre-spray them with Breakbuster and then throw them in the washer. Works great. So like if you have laces that are dirty, it works great as like a stain pre-spray and just throw them in the washer. Works great if you do need to wash your shoes. Even like people need to wash like canvas shoes and stuff. Works great. So Super Auto, are you referring to athletic shoes when you say you've cleaned your shoes with Breakbuster? Pretty much. But it works great on everything, right? So even like hiking boots, snow boots, anything that, you know, it may be black rubber, but it's still, the Breakbuster is going to help you get the dirt off for sure. But I use it on, you know, I've watched Mike use it on his cowboy boots and it works great, you know, but again, he's kind of using like spraying a little bit on a towel or on a Detail Factory brush, does the little, you know, scrubbing and then wipes it off with a damp towel. Works great. All right, Anthony Brown back with, and also, how would you go about explaining or selling Radiance to customers that have been using Pearl or body wash?
So I think the best thing for Anthony, because, you know, Anthony's kind of a hands-on kind of guy. Anthony, you have to take Radiance and use it.
Yeah.
And then you will be able to explain it. It creates an amazing wash experience.
Yeah.
On cars in general, but particularly on coated cars. I mean, it's like, you're like, whoa, what just happened? Yeah. So take it for a test drive.
Yeah. For me, Radiance isn't going to be one of those soaps that you choose to use every single wash. I kind of reserve it for myself and my customers in the space that when I just kind of want that super luxury wash feel, I'm going to switch to Radiance. If I need to just wash the car, get it done, in, out, I'm going to choose Pearl or Absolute in my case. If I was going to be coating a car or, claying it or something, I would not use Radiance. I would just use Pearl. But if you're kind of going for that, reset the look and feel of when the coating was originally done and just kind of that extra luxury wash, then I'm going to switch to Radiance. So I think for customers, it's a nice option so that, they kind of get that nice feel. In the shop though, it's not going to be one that you're using every time unless it's a maintenance wash. So I think it's a great space for those customers. They're set up on, once a month maintenance wash or something like that. It's a great option, but cars that are coming in for detail or coating, that's not going to be your prep wash. So this is really a maintenance product. So it's going to be great for customers to have, but it's not necessarily something they need to use every single wash. So once you use it, I think you kind of figure out better what space it's in and what it's good for. So definitely play around with it and then see how it fits into your business for sure.
I think, I'm just kind of thinking about, the times that when I use, I think it's a experience using the product.
Yeah.
And if you're the detailer and you want that experience, then that's fine. Mm-hmm. But your customer's not going to ever really see that.
Right.
So, it'll declog the thing. You'll have a good result on the product. But so this process that is very satisfying in using the product, and it kind of gets diluted out when your customer can't see it. But if you like it, then great.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Luke Berge, when will you be getting more Odor Doc in stock?
Well, the reason we had to pull Odor Doc off the shelf is, when companies look at other companies, they reviewed all our labeling, and there was a labeling issue on Odor Doc, so we had to pull it temporarily off the shelf until we get the new labels in. Once we get it relabeled, we'll put it back on for sale. Yeah. Cool. So we still have plenty of stock. We just can't sell them right now. Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. All right. The Rag Company. Good morning, Team PNS. You guys are awesome.
Good morning, Rag Company.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right. Vibrato, slip, slide, shine. Sounds like a 90s dance move. Too good. All right. Thank you, Shad. Facebook user. This is Shad Stoker. Team PNS. Thank you for always looking out for the little guy, even with huge things like this.
Yes, Sid, sure. We should mention we're going to see Shad on the, what's that, 18th.
the 18th? Yep.
18th in Vegas at Detail Driven Supply Company from 9 to 1 for an open house. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you are in the Vegas area, come check us out. The whole team will be there 9 to 1. And we have flyers. They're up in our story, but you'll kind of see the flyers floating around. But you can also go to Budco's Facebook and Instagram and the flyers there. But yes, the whole team will be there. So we're looking forward to having a storefront in Vegas now. Super excited for that. Gabriel, not for dust, but Keith talked about the negative charge and ended up with better coating. Very good. All right, Jeff, what pH range is most effective at neutralizing, removing road salt and deicers?
So the thing about the road salts and deicers, everybody wants a product that's going to help, dissolve those salts. You can add some wetting to a product, and you can increase the ability of the water to do what it needs to, to dissolve those salts. But salts have basically an ionization constant that's that exists. It's just a physical property of the salt. Basically, that just tells you how soluble that salt's going to be in water, and there's really no way to physically change that. And the pH, as far as I know, and maybe somebody has some better information. As far as I know, the pH doesn't have any change on that that I can think of. The salts are basically, neutralized versions of, they're ions that were attached together, positive, negative ions. That's a salt, and then they're dissolved in water. And then when they when they dry on the car, it's just those ions stuck together again and stuck on the car. And I don't think the pH has any effect on that.
Cool. Awesome. All right, John Hole. Good morning to PNS
Good morning,
team.
John.
I saw another question coming from him, so I know what's coming. Fred, good morning, everyone. Congrats to PNS on the big news.
Thank you.
That's Fred from Glovebox, by the way.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
Luke, how does the air and fabric refresher work? Do you just spray the fabric and let it air dry? That's what I do. Yep.
That's simple.
Yep.
Yeah. And the air
That's
and
a great
fabric
product, by the way.
refresher,
We never talk about it. It's great.
yeah, the air and fabric refresher has odor neutralizers in it. It has a light fragrance, but one of the really cool things about the product is that it does tend to grab hold of molecules that create the odor in the first place. And even with fragrance, it's very effective in just like making those odors not available to smell anymore. So kind of bond with them, and it takes them out of the system so that you can't smell them anymore.
Yeah, it's a great, I mean, the whole concept is to be a great final touch-up. So you're done detailing the car, quick vacuum, whatever. Even if you're not shampooing and you want to just give the car a little quick, deodorize and give it a little fresh smell, you just pop a little air and fabric refresher in there. Yeah.
Yep. I actually used this last week. So, quick story. I was working on a Volvo, and the back end, it was so weird. Like the car got it all clean, everything steam cleaned. But when I would sit in the trunk area, the back end, I could smell ketchup, like a ketchupy smell.
Right.
But I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. Like I checked, the backs of this, I checked everything, could not figure out where the smell was coming from. So everything was perfectly clean. It looked great. You could only smell it if you were literally sitting in the trunk. And so I just hit all the backs of the seats and all the carpet with the air and fabric refresher, and it seemed to, take care of the issue. But so that was one of those kind of weird situations where I was like, oh, I'm just going to use this because I couldn't find the source of the odor. So, but I also didn't need to use an odor dock. It wasn't, it wasn't that bad. So.
Sid, every time we say trunk, I think of, last year's car show. We're trying to solve the noise in the back of.
Oh yeah, and Tony shoved in the trunk.
Tony jumped in the trunk because the only guy's small enough to jump in the trunk and drive around.
That was so funny. It took a whole team driving around trying to find the sound in the trunk. That's so funny. Well, I have a new creak and crazy noise back there, so we're gonna have to do that again.
Do it again.
There's this weird like tone coming from back there. I can't figure out where it's coming from. That is when I can get it running. All right, Chad says, what do you think Dynamic would be like in aerosol for tires? I love Dynamic. It wipes off so nice when I get overspray.
Yeah.
So aerosols, I do use Dynamic out of a air gun, and I like it.
Yeah.
I definitely like it. I use that in Odyssey out of an air gun. I like it. The only thing to keep in mind is anytime you use an air gun, it is going to kind of spray it elsewhere in the air. So there's always the side effect that you could get kind of like a fine layer of Dynamic across the entire car. But like you said, it wipes off easy. So, but I like Dynamic sprayed on. It's great. All right, Luke. Hey, we all know Tony is being fired and Jamie is taking his place as trainer.
Really? News to Team PNS.
Yeah. So
not that we don't want Jamie here. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, how seriously though? How about when Jamie gave his
so good
social media class? What do we want to call that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but we need to figure out how to hone him in on that. He needs to get that to more people.
Good.
It's so great.
So good.
So great. Oh, the cat's stretching. Jamie, I'm almost out of Mudbuster, so I believe I'm going to have to give EnviroClean a good run next. Dave, what are the similarities and differences between the two? That's a good question.
Mudbuster and EnviroClean.
Yeah.
So they do both go about the basic premise is similar between them. Mudbuster is going to have more foaming agents in it to help lift, kind of the dirt off the surface. EnviroClean has probably a little bit more like surface soil attacking ability. So, they again, when we create these products, we look at what we're trying to do. Mudbuster, we want to get that a lot of like soil, like, mud, dirt, versus EnviroClean, is going to be tailored a little bit more towards maybe a little bit a closer attached soil, right? Something that might be a film that's really stuck to the surface. Mudbuster has, we've added a corrosion inhibitor to it, because we find that in the off-road line, because there's a lot of dirt that kind of carries along with the kind of funny ions that tend to create flash. So we want to avoid that. As far as like the actual detergency and activity, they're kind of similar, but they have different emphasis in what they're trying to do.
Yeah. And Mudbuster also has a rust inhibitor, right?
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah. Basically for the flash, cool. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. I like to grab Mudbuster. I mean, because I use the two. I use EnviroClean a lot too. And so kind of what you said, like most of the year I'll use EnviroClean. If I'm doing coating maintenance, I spray the bottom part just to make sure that I'm getting everything unclogged from the lower part of the coating. And then in the winter, I switch to Mudbuster just because it seems to handle, the heavier soil, like you said, exactly what you said.
I look at it like, okay, so you're driving through the mud, the dirt, and you've sprayed dirt up the side of your car, and there's a lot of abrasiveness in there. And so what we want to do is we want to get that away from the car. We want to kind of float it out of there and get it to wash off. Now, EnviroClean, we're looking at, maybe I would kind of look at it more like, when you say you're coming back from the snow, or you're in the snow and you get that windshield, you get that surface. It's just like not that big, heavy, thick dirt, but you get that surface that's like stuck to you want to get that off. So they're designed to do two different things. And EnviroClean, also, as tailored just a little bit more oily soils. The soot on the back of your car, if you've got a car that's sooty, that sort of thing. So EnviroClean is kind of tailored towards that, and Mudbuster is tailored towards the, big dirt.
Yep.
I love Jamie says, I don't know what snow is, Dave.
Yeah. We should teach him. All right. Jamie the cleaner says, Tony's office is quite cold, so I'm good. He'll keep his humidity and skip the 8-degree training center. So funny. Jamie, you have no idea how cold that training center gets. You have no idea until you've been there mid-December.
In January or December?
January.
Woo! Oh, man. It was 33 here in the Bay Area this morning.
Yeah.
Which is
Whoa.
Cold.
Yeah. But that's the crazy thing about that training center is it can be like 60 degrees outside and it'll be like 22 inside the training center. I swear to God, it's so cold. So cold. All right. Ramiro says, walking by that label printer computer is like walking by a payphone that is all together still. Oh, I love the label printer. So good. Alex saying, ask me about PNS. Yes. Yeah. Tony did that we weren't on Las Vegas Boulevard, but all right. Superauto just ordered some of the other off-road products as well. In addition to Mudbuster and Cockpit, the wide open all-terrain wash with rust inhibitor sounds like a winner. That's a fun wash to use.
Oh, and it's just a cool looking soap too. The green and the way it's awesome.
Yeah, the foam's great. I love wide open.
Yeah.
Very cool. I get to use these soaps like once a year because I only do like 3 foaming washes a year. So I only get to do like 1 Radiance, 1 wide open, 1 body wash. All right. Here's John Hole back with, can I sneak a Clean Maker into my next shipment also?
Hey, John, given the fact that we still have your order here, I think I can make that happen.
So funny.
We're going to have to get a little cart, Bob, and we're going to have to like stack cases on the cart.
Yeah.
Put them on each
I
order.
know. Man.
Right. Yeah. Any other countries want to chime in here? Now's the time.
Well, the order's here. Get it while it's hot.
Yeah,
Sarah. Not gonna last forever.
So funny. Is there any chance of PNS coming out with any Bead Maker shirts? Oh, maybe like the Clean Maker? Or not the Clean Maker. We had Dream Maker.
Dream Maker?
Yeah, those are everybody's favorite shirts.
That was neat.
Yep. And actually, fun fact, the Dream Maker shirt, the rag company actually made that one. I know a lot of people ask us if we have the Dream Maker shirts, and those actually came from the rag company.
Yep.
So I see a PNS shoe labels needed.
There was the thing I saw. We need a demo, a YouTube
Yes,
video on
yes.
how to clean shoes with Brake
We
Buster.
can do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
that'd
do
be fun.
That'd be fun.
I don't know if the rag company still has it, but they had one that was kind of a joke, right? From years
Well,
ago.
we did. I said we should do it before SEMA, and so we did. Yeah, Rennie was there, and we did it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I did a couple little short ones years ago, but yeah, we could totally next time. I don't get my shoes very dirty, but next time we could do one. It'll be fun.
Oh,
All right. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Can you guys make a shoe cleaning segment? Absolutely. We'll do that. And you know what I could do, because I do this all the time, is the fabric protectant on shoes. I like to be the fabric protectant. So we need to do a whole whole shoe revival.
Yeah.
There we go. All righty. Got any more for us, Tony? Yeah, what's snow? Joey says he lives in where's Sacramento? Is that Northern California too?
Joey, come on. We're local guys. We know you need to drive about an hour and a half and you can be in the snow.
Oh gosh. Luke, would Mudbuster be your recommended product to clean brine, salt off the undercarriage of your car? It is a necessity. It's what I choose. I like it. I either choose that or Tempest, which is a degreaser. But I think I like Mudbuster a little bit better. But that's what I use. I think it works great. Terry, the training center is like walking into a freezer.
freezer.
It sure is.
True.
It sure is. That's for sure. Jamie the Cleaner, Clean Maker worldwide. That's great. Joey, is Bob still sitting on those Absolute shirts? Did he put them in the attic?
They're definitely in the attic.
Jamie says, release the Absolute shirt.
All right. Well.
Yeah. That Absolute
look
shirt.
good in baby blue, you know?
Jamie looked good in it, but that thing saved Jamie's butt when he got left with no luggage for a whole day. He had a brand new Absolute shirt.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Alex, speaking of cold, it's currently minus 23 here this morning. The mild winter is no longer. Absolute and hot water in the garage. Here I come. I know. That's what we had, a major drop in temperature too. I'm not looking forward to it.
Sid, so Keith and I are headed to Sioux Falls, South Dakota on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And on Friday, it's a high of 5.
Oh, I think that's the high here too. So crazy. So crazy. So fun fact, Sarah from Rupes is landing in Boise in a couple hours and I'm going to go get her. Mm-hmm. And we have this horrible weather pattern coming this week. And so it's her and Prentice coming. Oh, so, okay. So I'm so excited. And so I'm going to go pick Sarah up and I hope they're ready because we are in for a bumpy ride this week here in Boise.
Well, she's from Florida and Sarah's from San Diego. And Prentice is from San Diego, so they may not be ready.
Right. It's going to be really interesting. So that'll be fun. I'm sure that'll make for some fun stories. All right. Facebook user. Hey, I need a Clean Maker pint too. Just one for my glass showcase in my waiting room. My order should still be there. So can you just send me in a bottle? I think that's probably Anthony. Yes, it is.
Oh, look at that. Nice.
But there's a little Tommy.
Yes.
All right, Alex.
The kids have discovered the podcast studio, so.
That's so funny.
We're pretty much at the end of the comments, and we're already over time. That's true. It is in their game room.
Yeah, you did do that.
Yeah.
Yep, Alex, did someone say Absolute shirt? I'd model the heck out of that. Well, so another inside secret, we are working on new t-shirts. And I can say that, right? I can say that.
Yes, you can. Yeah.
Yeah, we're working on new t-shirts. They might not say Absolute on them, though.
Yeah.
I do like the Absolute t-shirt, though. Do you all offer a wheel acid real quick?
Ooh. Well, we certainly do. The problem is you can't ship it.
Right.
Yeah. If you have, a brick and mortar distributor that gets LTL shipments, you can get wheel acid all day long. We sell a ton of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Ooh, let's go to that super auto question real fast. Who all from PNS will be at MTE in a few weeks? I'm really thinking about driving down. Absolutely, you should. Because it's all of us, right? Except Dave, you're not going, right?
Yeah, we're leaving Dave home.
Okay. So it'll be Bob, Rennie, Keith, myself. Who else
Tony.
Tony.
Yeah.
Not everyone?
Yeah.
Look at us all. You should totally drive down. MTE is great. If you have not been, it is fantastic. It's such a good show. So definitely come down and come see us at the PNS booth. We've got the Bead Maker Lounge. It's awesome.
All right.
All right. Oh,
so I'm heading out to the warehouse,
which is just as cold. Which is
Gotta
just as
bundle
cold.
up.
getting ready to go.
Yeah.
So funny.
It'll be good.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I know that everybody's really excited, and it's good to kind of get out there and talk about it. And I know for all of us, it's been a long journey, and so it's exciting to be able to talk about it and watch what happens. Right? Yeah. So thanks, guys, for joining me. It's going to be an awesome 2024. Tony has training in a couple weeks, so if you have not checked that out, please do. We've got our training schedule fully loaded up on the website for the entire year, so highly recommend checking out Tony's training in the freezing training center. And
we do have the warming hut. I'm in the warming hut.
Yes, we do have a warm room.
Yeah.
And then, like we mentioned, we'll all be at MTE. So make sure you, if you're coming to that, come say hi. And if not, you should. And anything else I'm forgetting?
No, that's it. The next time you find us will be the day after we all get back from MTE. So it might be a little.
Is it? No, we have one more before MTE, don't we?
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, I think we do.
I think you're right.
Actually, the week leading
the
up
Monday
to it.
before we go, right?
Yep.
Before and
well,
after.
thank you guys for having us on.
Very
Sydney,
cool.
great job. Tony, great job. You guys are spectacular.
Yeah.
Every time it's kind of a treat for Dave and I to be on. I hope we didn't bore everybody, but
oh no, my gosh, everybody loves when you guys
not at all.
Cool.
All right, sounds good. Well, have a great day, everyone.
All right.
All right.
All right. See ya.